Well, Andrew, sure glad you got this one. That old heap of yours wouldn't have lasted through the summer.
You kept saying that for the last 14 years, Sam, but you always managed to pull it through somehow. Oh. How about that bill I owe you?
You already paid me. I gave you the change. You all right?
Oh, yeah. I must be dreaming. Well, I'll bring her in for a lube and oil change on Friday.
Boy, you really must have your mind somewhere else. I just oiled and lubed her yesterday.
Oh.
Something wrong?
Dr. Simon Locke.
There's nothing the matter with me. It's just that I haven't eaten all day.
Breathe.
Why are you taking part in this farce?
He's the boss.
I'm the boss.
Not when you're the patient.
Sam said you were having trouble with your memory.
When I was 16, I could recite "The Boy Stood on the Burning Deck" backwards. At my present age, I'll admit, I sometimes have difficulty remembering what I had for dinner last night.
Call City Hospital. Arrange for a complete checkup.
When do you want the appointment?
When the new calendars come in.
Dr. Max Rabin, please.
He's not in, sir. He's on his way to Briarton to lecture.
Have him call Dr. Simon Locke. 555-5740 in Dixon Mills, and tell him it's urgent, please. I'm going to the Carlson place. Now make sure Dr. Sellers doesn't go anywhere.
How?
If you can't do it any other way, shoot him.
Yeah, man, you want to lay some of that heavy stuff on me?
Lay some what on who?
And my friend here. Fill her up with ethyl, will you, please, sir? Yeah, Robin calling. Anybody still alive back there? Hydrocephalus. I will tell Brady that treatment went out with leeches. I do a decompression and insert a polystyrene tube into the peritoneum. Yeah. Simon Locke. I still owe him a fat football bet. Okay. Listen, how many places down to Dixon Mills?
Just one. Follow the highway north for 40 miles. A turn right on 201, another 16.
All right. Thanks, Dad.
Hey, mister. You
Yeah?
a doctor?
No, man, I'm an undertaker. My father's a surgeon. I just fill in on his day off. And if the patient happens to pass on, well, you know, there I am, just ready with my little box.
Oh, Mrs. Bell, Johnny, Mr. Middleton. Hello, Seymour. The Land Cruiser isn't out there.
He went to Benton's Corner, one of the Maybury children.
Why'd you let him go?
I tried lying down in front of the car. He ran over me.
Send in Mr. Middleton.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Been in the saddle for 3 days and 3 nights. This is Dr. Simon Locke's place.
Well, yes, but he... Doctor, he...
Hello, old friend.
Hello, indeed. I've been saved.
Is he all right?
No, he's Dr. Max Rabin.
She did it, Simon. Florence Nightingale gave me a new lease on life.
He's demented.
Yes, he is demented.
And I read Freud daily. Nothing helps. Let's have a cup of coffee.
It's all ready. How do you like it?
An empty mug over the percolator, fill with scotch, and serve with something to eat.
Like what?
An ice cube. Is this the first episode?
First we know of. He won't go for a neurological checkup, Max. That's why we called you.
Without him knowing about it, can't be done.
You can see the gross symptoms, the way he walks, his speech. Now, if these worry you the way they worry me, you can help me tie him down for a more complete examination.
Simon.
Dr. Sellers, I'd like you to meet my old college friend, Max.
That his cycle outside?
Well, I'm a wheel bug.
You're also a neurosurgeon. What are you doing in Dixon Mills?
Passing through, thought I'd drop in for a visit.
Last I heard, you were doing some interesting things at Hargrove.
Some of this and that.
And Dr. Locke brought you all the way out here just to look me over?
Fact is, Doctor,
I've already told you the fact. How long will you stay?
I'll probably be leaving in the morning.
And we won't get to talk anymore. Have a good trip.
I never said it would be easy, Max.
The gate is already impaired. Probably subdural damage.
Mrs. Wynn, set up a complete examination for the morning.
Doing the hospital, huh?
Max, he won't go.
Look, I got 600 medical students are waiting for my lecture at Briarton.
It's only 2 days, Max. Today's Wednesday.
I can read the calendar.
Max, what is this? I'm asking you to lend me a hand.
You're asking me to force my services on somebody who doesn't want them.
Does he need them?
Probably. I mean, I can't be sure unless I make the complete medical examination.
Well, then examine him. And if he needs surgery, talk him into it.
Simon, I'm not a psychiatrist or a traveling neurosurgery salesman. Talk a man into risking his life on the operating table. Well, don't you think he's aware of his own symptoms? He's had prodroma of bleeding. If he does bleed, it could be fatal. And the treatment for aneurysm could be just as fatal.
Work injuries are a pain. Hiring a lawyer shouldn't be. KrasnoLaw.com is your answer. The consultation is free. You worked hard. Now you're hurt on the job. Your paychecks have stopped and your medical bills are being denied. Your family doesn't deserve this. Do something about it now. KrasnoLaw.com. Krasno and Onwadinjo are ready to fight for you, your family, and the workers' comp benefits you deserve. Go to KrasnoLaw.com.
For the money you need.
Tell me when you see the light.
I see it. Now it's gone. Now it's back again. Well, what's the diagnosis?
There's an old saying, Doctor. May you live to be 120 years.
I'll settle for 100.
With a little hand along the way.
Well, a French philosopher once said, truth is the secret of eloquence and virtue. And I get the impression we've been trading aphorisms when you should be telling the patient what ails him. Don't you, Doctor?
There are indications of aneurysm. Maybe at the junction of the carotid artery and the circle of Willis.
Probably pressure on the third cranial nerve.
He's been looking things up.
Never mind the minstrel show. Just give me the prognosis.
If it is aneurysm, it can go at any time.
Are the odds on surgery?
Fair.
At my age?
Not so fair.
Well, I'll get over to Hargrove for a checkup as soon as I have a chance.
I told you.
You told me? What did you tell me? That you'd casually discuss the case?
You asked for my expert advice, I gave it. I'm not going to sell.
He's no different from any patient you've ever had, and I've seen you in action. But not like this wishy-washy, mealy-mouthed, evasive clown I just saw. What's happened to you, Max?
I did what you wanted me to do. I told him he's a bright man.
When do you due back at Hargrove?
Monday after my lecture.
I'll get him there. Do the workup and the surgery if the diagnosis is verified. I'm sorry I blew my top.
Let Brady do it. He's had experience with these cases.
Max, what is it?
Brady's a fine surgeon.
He isn't you, Max.
Me, Simon?
How you were.
Yeah. How I was. And how I am now.
She'll be fine, Ralph. Just give her on medication and watch her temperature.
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
Tell me, Wynn, how do you feel about being made love to in a kitchen?
It's not where, it's with whom.
And with the right whom, anywhere works. To a was in the wilderness.
Why the toast?
A brief, bittersweet farewell.
Then you are leaving.
Why stay?
Dr. Sellers.
Do you think I got to offer that nice old man?
You're a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, I was to live with one successful operation out of 5.
And once in a while, you save a life.
Yeah. Once in a while.
He was just lying there. For a minute, I didn't think he was breathing.
Johnson place. Dr. Sellers is in a coma. The pupil is dilating. He has bradycardia. The respirations are slowing down. These are all pretty positive signs of a massive hematoma. Max was right. Now, get all the surgical equipment sterilized and get Max ready. He's gonna have to do it now.
Dr. Locke, Max is gone.
Gone where?
I don't know. He didn't say anything. He just disappeared.
If we don't find Max soon,
Mrs. Wynne?
I have a drunk here.
Dan, unless it's an emergency.
He says he's Leon Trotsky and he lost his motorcycle.
Dan found him.
start scrubbing and prepare the works. Well?
Massive hematoma.
Get the equipment ready.
Are you crazy?
There's no choice. We can't risk moving him to a hospital.
You took a worse risk calling me. I haven't operated in 3 years.
Max, you're chief of the neurological service at Hargrove.
Deal. Around the country telling other people how to do a job I don't want to do anymore.
Come get it, Max. You're the best.
The best what? Bull thrower, teacher, con artist. No. I'll tell you what I really am. Worse. I'm a neurosurgeon.
The best there is.
Which means I have a mortality rate of between 50 and 70%. For God's sakes, I can't remember when I last really cured someone. Most of the time, I negotiate with families for permission to do autopsies.
Somebody has to do it.
Well, I'm not the master craftsman who digs the idea of making a broken machine work for a few more hours. I don't see machines, I see people. 9 times out of 10, I don't even help them through the night.
Max, this fine old man needs you.
Well, I saw Sellers. I knew this would happen. That's why I ran. So you'd take him to a hospital where at least he'd stand a chance.
And you're off the hook.
You stink.
There are all kinds of smells, Max.
I couldn't pick up a scalpel if my life depended upon it.
Mrs. Wynn, there's a book in the car entitled Emergency Surgery. There's a section on aneurysms. Get your sister over here and call Dan in. He can turn the pages.
Are you crazy? You killed him.
No, Max, you killed him. I'm just doing an early autopsy.
Hey. I thought I had it all worked out. Why did I run into you?
You didn't, Max. You ran into yourself.
Okay. I'll make one small puncture in the skull to relieve the pressure. And that'll buy you time to get him to Hargrove. Now let's scrub.
Max? What can I say?
Don't hand me that or I'll get sick.
You saved his life.
I let him die. And you made me help him.
Write us when you save the next one.
And I'll never write, huh?
I don't believe that, Max. After what you did today?
No way, Simon. I haven't changed. Neither have the odds. I saved one nice old man, huh? But I'll probably lose the next 10. Thanks for fixing the bike.
Welcome to Dixon Mills, Doctor. How do you feel?
Simon, I've been looking over the books. They're in terrible condition.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Mrs. Wynn tells me that clown on the motorcycle's been calling. Well, you did a fair job. Fair.
I was there.
Learn anything?
Oh, a pointer or two.
Good. Oh, Mrs. Osterman. What's wrong with you now?
Everything.
Oh, don't worry. Dr. Locke and I can fix it.
The warmth and gaiety of a successful party. The pleasure of friends amongst friends. The anticipation of new and interesting people to meet. These are the elements of an enjoyable evening. These are often the memorable occasions in life. This is a story that started at a party, gay, joyous, festive. This is a story of a party that ended with fear and horror. It was a cry for help Sherlock Holmes will never forget. It was a lovely party.
Wonderful party, Janet.
Good night, Russell. No one deserves happiness more than you and Russell.
Thank you, John. Good night. Wish that John were just one half as attentive as Russell. If you ever want to get rid of him, send him to me. Good night, Louisa. Good night. Good night. Oh, I love them all. But is it unkind of me to say that I'm glad we're finally alone?
Not unkind at all.
Just leave everything till tomorrow, Susan. Thank you, madame. Good night. Good night, my girl. You've made me very happy this evening, darling. I really am the luckiest woman in the whole world.
Our first anniversary. I wanted you to be happy this year.
It couldn't be any other way with you.
It might have been.
Impossible.
There may be a deep and dark side to my nature.